Chapter 3 in Black Myth Wukong has one of those side quests that seems simple on the surface, but completing it actually unlocks a hidden zone packed with NPCs, upgrades, and lore that helps tie the world together. If you've been exploring casually, it's easy to miss the steps involved. But once you understand the route, it becomes one of the most satisfying detours in the chapter. To unlock the secret area, you need a scroll, one that isn't just lying around on a corpse or tucked behind some grass. No, the scroll has an owner, and that owner happens to be a dragon, camped out along the shoreline near the massive turtle. If you haven't explored this section yet, picture the giant turtle sitting like a living mountain in the water. Behind it, there's a sandy stretch of beach. As soon as your boots hit the sand, take a left, and you'll see the dragon waiting. The dragon isn't exactly friendly at first. You'll have to defeat him before any conversation becomes possible. It's a quick fight if you've been leveling steadily, but don't underestimate his lunging swipes. Once he's down, he relaxes enough to talk, and this is where the quest truly begins. The dragon mentions he needs a particular medicine, something that can only be prepared by a specialist. He even points you toward the one who can make it. This is where memory comes into play. Back in Chapter 2, near the Yellow Wind Sage, you probably remember stumbling across an incense and a dog-like healer NPC sitting next to it. At the time, it might have seemed like background flavor, but that character is actually essential now. That little hill path leading up to the incense, that's exactly where you need to go. Once you travel back to Chapter 2 through the incense site, head right up the hill toward the familiar incense burner. The medicine dog waits beside it, calm and unbothered as always. Interact with him, and you'll start a short dialogue sequence. Once you've spoken with him properly, your character gains the ability to craft medicines throughout the game. But for this quest specifically, you don't need to craft anything yet. Instead, the medicine dog hands you the exact item you need. It shows up as the second item in his list, the special-made bone strengthening pellet. It's a beautifully named little thing, and despite sounding like something you'd give to a limping farm animal, it's exactly what the dragon asked for. To avoid confusion, open your inventory and double-check that the pellet is there. When you see special-made bone strengthening pellet in your items, you're good to go. Now head back to the lakeside incense in Chapter 3. When you return to the dragon with the medicine, he gratefully accepts it and transitions into a cutscene. There isn't much action, but the dialogue gives some insight into how various NPCs in this world rely on one another. When the cutscene ends, the dragon hands you the scroll, the key to everything that comes next. But the scroll doesn't just sit quietly in your inventory. The moment the dragon gives it to you, a force pulls you straight into its world. These scrolls act like pocket dimensions, miniature spaces where NPCs, relics, and resources gather. It's not just a cutscene teleport, it's the game's way of opening a new hub area for you. Inside the scroll's realm, the first thing you'll notice is a fresh incense site. Activating this gives you easy round-trip access whenever you want, making this one of the most convenient zones in the entire chapter. The realm itself functions like a meeting place or camp, a space where NPCs you've encountered start to gather. If you've met certain characters, they'll begin appearing here as you progress. You'll likely see the quiet monkey NPC from earlier areas, the medicine dog, the dragon himself, and even an entirely new character, a tiger blacksmith. This tiger blacksmith is extremely useful because he offers upgrades and unique interactions not available anywhere else. Having all these NPCs grouped together creates a nice sense of community, letting you check on quests, forge upgrades, or simply enjoy how the world pieces itself together. What makes this hidden area so interesting is how it emphasizes the interconnectedness of the characters you've encountered so far. Wukong's world is harsh, unpredictable, and full of violence. Yet this little pocket dimension gives you a moment of calm. It's like stumbling into a gathering of familiar faces who all have their own burdens, stories, and talents. If you've been paying attention to the lore, there's a quiet emotional weight in seeing them all share the same roof. And the best part? A lot of players never find this place on their first run. You can revisit this realm anytime using the incense inside it. That means every time you recruit another NPC or unlock a new branch of the story, returning here gives you new dialogue or interactions. It's a central hub for progress you didn't even know you were building. Once inside, the new Tiger Blacksmith NPC is especially valuable. He offers high-end crafting options you wouldn't be able to access until much later otherwise. He also has one or two lines referencing past encounters you might have forgotten about, which helps tie some of those loose narrative threads together. This is the kind of world-building detail that makes Black Myth: Wukong feel so alive and interconnected.